So maybe they'll be able to join in from there. Okay. So I don't know how the live streaming is going. Are you? Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that you are able to hear me. Okay. Good. Sorry, it's just a certain amount of lag that is there. So yeah. So Raghavendra Patil, you say you are asking that did I publish the second video on photosynthetic bacteria? Yes, I did. I have published the second video on photosynthetic bacteria, and I have mentioned in that video that photosynthetic bacteria is really good in terms of keeping the water clean and removing all the smell and the sludge and all of those things. But one of the things that we spoke about in the first part was around the carotenoid composition or the carotenoid component of photosynthetic bacteria and how it may help to enhance the color of super red arowana. So I haven't seen that happening, and I mentioned in my video that it's only like a 5-day test that I did. So clearly that's a very short period of time to decide whether it really helps with uh, improving the color or not is what I'm trying to say. But overall it's a good bacteria you can use, but also I've mentioned in my video that it is very smelly, so that is going to be a big factor because your room is going to start smelling, and at the same time your tank is going to start smelling, and all of those things are going to happen. But overall, good product, can use it, and is quite cost effective as well. But I also mentioned that if in case you're already using a bacteria which is working for you well and it's doing all of these things, then you don't necessarily have to change. Okay, good. Bharat says hi. Hi, Bharat. Where have you taken the Wish Arowana Spa? Where have you taken the Wish Arowana Spa? That is from Siddharth Kanjilal. He's from Calcutta, and he has the Wish Arowana Spa, so you can get it from him. If you're on in Aropedia, then he is also a member of Aropedia, so you can take it from him. So a lot of people are asking me about this Wish Arowana Spa actually. So I mean, it's a good product, no doubt. You can surely use it, but I think it's a little on the expensive side as well. Um, but yeah, fair enough. You can give it a try. I wanted to try it. I tried it. It's quite good. Raghavendra, you're welcome. Hmm. So basically, let's try and answer some questions. Is what I feel we should be doing. Basically, let's try and answer some questions. Is what I feel we should be doing. Basically, let's try and answer some questions. Is what I feel we should be doing. Basically, let's try and answer some questions. So Bharat, you're saying when will you do the feeding video, bro? Soon, very soon. So Bharat, you're saying when will you do the feeding video, bro? Soon, very soon. So Bharat, you're saying probably next week is what I will try doing the feeding video. Probably next week is what I will try doing the feeding video. Hmm. Any other questions? Anything that you want to ask? Uh, so why don't you guys type in here what was the last video that you guys watched on my channel and what did you think about it? So Raghavendra, Bharat, William, if you guys have watched my last video, which was the last video that you guys watched, and what did you like about that video, and what are some of the topics that you want me to make a video on. Nothing. So you guys haven't watched any of my previous videos? No thoughts around it? Difference between Malaysian and Indonesian arowana. See, there are a lot of posts around Malaysian and Indonesian arowana. So Malaysian, see, as far as what I Bharat, you saw the 5 feet light video. Okay, we'll come to that. As far as Malaysian and Indonesian arowanas are concerned, so Indonesia is famous for the red arowana in the Kalimantan area. That is where they come from, and Kapuas Hulu as well, the river. And as far as Malaysian arowanas are concerned, Malaysian arowanas are more famous in terms of the golden arowana that they have. Okay, so that's a clear thing that Malaysian arowanas are golden. Is specifically they're famous for golden arowanas, and Indonesia is for red arowana. So clearly there's a difference there. Of course, some also say that the red tail goldens come from Indonesia, and the red tail golden arowanas basically are arowanas which have a certain level of shine, 4.5 to 5, and also they have the tails red. So that's also a saying, but mostly Indonesia is famous for red arowanas, whereas Malaysia is more famous for golden arowanas. Malaysia is more famous for golden arowanas. Okay. Bharat, you're saying you saw the 5 feet light video and you got saw the cleaning video. Great. So, what did you think about those videos? William, you're saying is the golden head on the arowana easy to maintain if it is over 1 feet with a normal tank? So, I think it's a very good question, William. So, I have not really had luck in maintaining golden head arowanas. I have always had trouble. I have always found it difficult to maintain them. Over 1 feet, it would be in 12 inches. Now, I don't think 12 inches is a size from where you can safely say that you will be able to maintain the golden head arowana. However, there are multiple things that you can do to try and maintain it. One is, of course, keep a completely white tank, not the fiber one, but your standard tank with very good quality white vinyl. And You're welcome, Raghavendra. And the other thing that you can do is, see, I've tried multiple different lights. I've used a lot of T5s with high Kelvin or high temperature, which is more than 10,000 Kelvin, 12,000 Kelvin, and they generally don't work. What I've seen is they tend to burn the top scales. At the same time, I have also seen that they tend to lose the color of the golden head arowana. From that perspective, um, I think one of the things is that you could try using an LED light. So I tried using that, and I kind of have the head stable, but of course it's lost a lot of shine already. But I think LED lights, which you get in the normal electric shops, which is the 6,500 Kelvin lights, you can try that. But the trick with LED lights is that they have to be very high lumen. So they may be low wattage, they may be 20, 22 watt, that doesn't matter. But they should be at least 2000 plus lumens, because lumens determine the brightness of the light. So if you can get these cool white lights with high lumen, that will create a lot of brightness in a white tank. So basically you're doing a white tank treatment with low temperature lights so that they don't burn the scale, and also try to maintain the head and the crossing. So you can try that out. That will be a good experiment. I started doing it a little too late after the head was already gone, so I can't say for sure, but I did hear that LED lights work. No, tanning light is not a good idea, because tanning lights, generally what happens is tanning lights have these UVA UVB rays. In terms of golden arowanas and golden heads especially, you do not need tanning lights. You can do very well with normal white LED lights with low temperature and high, that is low Kelvin and high lumens. Okay. Bharat, I'm seriously that I learned so much from you, bro, by seeing your videos. Thank you, Bharat. Yeah, welcome, William. Raghavendra, please make a video on Arowana community tank. Difficult, yeah, because I don't have an Arowana community tank and I don't intend to have one as well. I'm not very comfortable with community tanks, but what I could do though is I will try and speak to Rajesh Kumar Sharma from Calcutta, who has a community tank, and let me see if I can get him to kind of talk to me on community tanks and how he's maintaining the community tank and all of that, and let me see if I can put up a video of him. But I think it's a great suggestion, Raghavendra. I'll definitely try to do it, but can't be my tank because I don't have multiple Arowanas in the same tank. Right? Which is the useful medicine for Arowana? I mean, see, at the end of the day, it depends on what do you mean by useful Arowana. I mean, what is the need for that medicine, Bharat? What is it that you want to use that medicine for? Is what you need to tell me. At every water change. So, are you talking about a conditioner? Okay, so if you're talking about a conditioner, see, I generally don't like putting too many conditioners. Yeah, I know I told in one of my videos and I showed that there is a lot of conditioners that I use, but the thing is that at the end of the day, you don't. If you have good water quality, you don't need so much conditioners. Yeah, one of the thing is that if you have chlorine in your water, then maybe it might be a good idea to put in some anti-chlorine in the tank. Couple of things you can put. You can put the sodium thiosulfate, which is hypo in a way, which is those crystals. They are very cost effective, and one or two crystals do the job. Or if you want to go high end and really want to ensure that chlorine is immediately removed from the water, then you can use Chem Prime. Okay, so Chem Prime is something which is really good. I use it. You use 5 ml for every 100 or 200 liters, something like that, and it's really really good, and it immediately removes all chlorine from the water. So chlorine. Anti-chlorine is probably the only one conditioner I will suggest that you need to put in the water. There's nothing else required really. But if you want to at all use something else, then you could try stress seal, or you can put some bacteria in there like microlife S2, or even the photosynthetic bacteria that I spoke about last time. Bharat, you're using RO water, so I really don't think you need to be putting all these conditioners. The only one thing that you may want to use in RO water, because in RO water there are no minerals. The minerals are removed from RO water, so you can try using Chem Replenish. So Chem Replenish will help mineralize the water. So you can try using that. Other than that, I don't think RO water requires any other conditioners. Okay, Gotham says, what are the benefits of mutton liver, chicken liver? I've never used it, yeah. Gotham, mutton liver, chicken liver, and all. The only thing I have ever tried is goat heart, and I think it once a week or twice a week, kind of, it just helps build up the what would I say, the fat, or maybe it's a change or a different kind of a food that you're giving to your arowana so that they don't get bored. Otherwise, it's mostly to be very honest, mostly I use prawns, and that's a good thought, good idea. And if you can feed pellets, then that's also good. Now coming to that part about pellets, so William says how to train arowana to eat pellets. William, there is no set methodology to train arowanas to eat pellets really. I mean, I have not really been able to get my arowana to eat pellets so far. It's very difficult, yeah, to make arowanas eat pellets in my opinion, but some just eat. One of the ways is, which I don't really think is very humane, is to uh, maybe starve them for a few days, and maybe starve them for a couple of days, and then put in a pellet to see if they are going to eat it or not. And then if in case they eat, then good. If they don't, then maybe starve them for a couple of days more, and then see. And then over a period of time they may start eating, but at some point of time either the arowana or you have to agree that it's not going to work. If the arowana decides that he's not going to eat pellets, then nothing can stop uh, him from continuing with what he's eating. So it's always a hit and miss, never worked for me. So, but you can try by starving, but it's not the best way to do it. Okay, make a video on how to train how to make money for your Arowana hobby. I don't know how to make Arowana for how to make money for the Arowana hobby. Yeah. I mean, for me, I make literally nothing for my hobby. But I mean, I don't know. I'd say what I've seen is a lot of people, they become sellers eventually after they've spent a good amount of time in the arowana hobby and they understand arowanas and all of that. They tend to become sellers. And if you think that's something that you want to do as well, is to sell arowanas, maybe you can. But again, it's not the most ideal thing to do, because anyways they are an endangered species, and I don't know the legality of the entire arowana trade and all of that. So from that perspective, I'm not too sure whether how you can make money in the arowana hobby. Or maybe you can start a YouTube channel like me and hope that you have enough subscribers and enough views and make some money on YouTube. But then that's more of something that you will be able to learn on YouTube yourself, on how to make money on YouTube. It doesn't have to be an Arowana specific video. It can be any video you can make on YouTube and make money. But Arowana specifically, I don't know really how to make money out of the Arowana hobby. What type of food is best for X-back arowana? It doesn't mean X. It doesn't matter, William, whether it's X-back or high back or whatever. Either the first preference is always going to be pellets, because just easier to procure. Just buy one box of pellets. It lasts for a long period of time. It's not messy, and also chances of fat deposition and drop eye is less. So clearly, definitely go for a good pellet, something like an ARG2 or a Hikari food stick, something like that. Or the other option is to go for market prawns. The only thing about market prawns is chances are high that you may have some fat deposits and all of that. So for that, you have to be enough. You have to have enough exercise for the arowana by putting in wave makers and stuff. So yeah, so to answer your question in short, pellets followed by market prawns. As snacks, you can use some live superworms or goat heart once in a while, once in a week or once in 2 weeks. That's pretty much what it is. You can avoid goat heart if you want to. Just stick to superworms as snacks, and staple food being pellets or market prawns. What do you feed your arowana every day? So my crossbelly arowana generally eats superworms in the morning as snack, and in the evening he takes market prawns. My Elkindo arowana of late has not been taking market prawns, so he eats a lot of superworms. And I've been trying to give him some goat heart, but then again, goat heart is not something that is highly recommended, so I try to avoid it. But if you want to know whether my arowanas eat pellets, no, they don't, and I don't think they will ever have pellets. How to exercise arowana? Put in a wave maker. हाय सर्वजीत, कैसे हो? अभी तो हिंदी में बोलना पड़ेगा क्या? कोई बात नहीं, देर आए दुरुस्त आए. How did you maintain your crossbelly's golden head shine? I have not maintained, William, my crossbelly's golden head shine. I intend to make a video on how the shine has reduced over a period of time. And I have been able to stabilize it a bit, but surely there's a huge difference from the time from what I bought it to now what it is. Okay, so I've not been able to maintain it, but at this point in time it's a little stable, but it's lost a lot of its shine. Okay, and like I said, one of the reasons probably why I was not able to maintain it is also because of the simple reason that maybe I use those T5 lights with high kelvins and they kind of burn the top scales and the head or whatever it is. But as of now, I'm using LEDs and they seem to be stable now. Bharat, I would prefer mealworms, yeah, because superworms apparently has a much harder outer shell, due to which it may be harder for the arowanas to digest it. So maybe mealworms. I do superworms, but you can definitely do mealworms. That's totally fine. Okay, so Sarvajit, you're here. You want to ask something? My arowana is 1 feet. How much mealworms should I mean, see, you know what? See, mealworms, like I said, mealworms, superworms are just like snacks, man. It should just, you can just give two or three, maybe two in the morning, two in the evening, afternoon, something like that. So not like any major. You don't have to give a lot of mealworms or superworms. These are snacks. So one or two in a day, maybe three at the most, not more than that. Stick to your staple food, which is prawns or pellets. I fed my RTG 3 days, market prawns 3 days, superworms. Perfect for my arrow. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but don't overfeed superworms. When you're feeding them superworms, stick to like 2, 3, 4, not more than that. If you're doing 4, then basically you can have 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening kind of a thing, Sarvajit. But avoid doing too much of superworms. Try and stick to pellets. Joydeep, hello, Dada. How are you? Um, Gautam Shinde, does Atlantic salmon improve the tail coloration? You see, salmon overall has some component around, it has some coloration component, has some amount of astaxanthin in it, is what I heard. And overall, it improves the overall coloration of the Arowana. I have been told by somebody to try salmon as well, and I may want to give it a try, Gautam. And if you are trying, then let us know what the result is. If I am trying, I'll let you guys know. Why white background, not black? White background, nobody said no, you can't use black background, man. I mean, white background, what happens is the shine is better in R1 if you use the white background, simply because of the right reflection is better. So hence white background. Also, white background works really well with maintaining the crossing and the head and all of that. If you go for a darker background, then the depth of color may increase, but it may reduce the shine. That's all. William says, what do you recommend? Blue base X back or GH? I mean, they are the same, William. Blue base crossback or golden head crossback. I mean, see, to be very honest, all goldens have because see, goldens have originated from wild caught golden arowanas, which are nothing but blue base. So there will be a strong genetic blue base trait anyways in all golden arowanas. Some will be more, some will be less. So you can go for, if you can maintain the golden head, you can go for a golden head blue base crossback. I mean, these are all fancy names because at the end of the day, all arowanas have a blue base. I'll try and put up a video try and put up a short video in one of my future videos where I will show you that my crossbelly also has a blue base, right? So almost golden arowanas have a blue base in it. So if you can maintain golden head, go for a golden head. Otherwise, just go for a good high quality blue base crossback. You don't have to have the headache of lights and 20,000 other things. You can just go for a darker background like a blue, and then the blueness of the blue base will come out even more and look very beautiful. But if you can maintain a golden head, then surely you can go for a golden head. Okay, any other make a video on feeding of olive fishes? Yeah. This is like the second time somebody is requesting this to me. I will definitely make a video of feeding all my fish, Sharbujit. But it won't be one of the Sunday videos because Sunday I generally like to discuss some interesting topic. But maybe during the week sometimes I'll do it. Yes, Bharat, I'm just talking about that only. I will do the feeding video. Don't worry. Just give me some time. Okay, so. Great. So, any other thoughts? Any other questions? Joydeep, you just said hello and you vanished. The rest of you, I think we've had a good conversation, good set of questions. Will you be getting a new Arowana? Well, I hope so. I don't know. I might plan to get a new Arowana. And if I do, then I will surely let you guys know. You're welcome, Bharat. Raghavendra, I don't know if you're on my Facebook friend list. If you're not, then you can just send me a request. Is Avi Das Gupta, or if you're in Aropedia, then you can connect from there as well, and then we can talk on Messenger. No problem. I also have my Instagram. I don't know if you're on my Instagram. I'm just typing out my Instagram handle. It's arofanatic_Avi. You can connect with me on Instagram, and you can have a one-on-one conversation as well out there. Okay, Raghavendra. Um, Joydeep, how are you? How to join Aropedia? Oh my god. Okay, let me give you the link to Aropedia. So, for all those of you who want to join Aropedia and not part of Aropedia yet, here is the link to Aropedia. Please use this link to join Aropedia. Joydeep, Dada, Bolo, tell me, Dada, how are you? Gotham, at the moment I have two Arowanas, and I have an albino stingray. I have a um, I have a 9.9 King Kamfa flower horn, and also I have an ornate Baisher. I am fine, Joydeep, ekdam 100%. And Bharat, you have messaged me on Instagram. I'm so sorry, I may have missed. Can you just message me once again, and I will surely respond to your message, bro. Sorry, I really can't remember, getting a message from you. But you just go ahead and message me again. I'll respond. Just follow me first, so that it's just kind of, easier for you to message and me to see it. My powerhead. Powerhead, you mean, what do you mean by powerhead? Achha, powerhead for sump, okay. 6 by 2 by 2, okay. So here's the thing, Rahul, there's a very simple rule. Simple rule that you have to follow as far as powerhead for sump is concerned. You measure the volume of your water. Now, the volume of your water will be the volume of your tank plus the sump. Whatever is the volume of your water, multiply it by 4 times. Okay, that should be the per hour. That should be the per hour churning of the sump. So the sump should be doing that much, what the 4 times the water volume per hour. So for example, if your tank is, say, I don't know, 6 by 2 by 2 would be how much, around 600 liters, I'm assuming. So 600 plus your sump, I don't know how big your sump is. Let's say it's a 4 feet sump, another 200 liters. So that's like 800 liters of water in your tank. So if you have 800 liters of water in your tank, you multiply it by 4. So that's 3200. So you take a power head that does 3200 liters per hour. Okay. Yeah, Bharat. Okay, so Bharat, I'll check it out your account. Surely, no problem. Is it okay? Is it okay to use overhead filter for 180 gallon? 180 gallon is a huge tank, right, William? I mean, like, that's so big. I don't know, man. Top filter. I'm not a very big fan of these top filters. But yeah, if you get a good one like the Sobo 3880 kind of top filter, which is a big one and it works for a 5 feet tank, maybe you could definitely try. But you need to have some really good media in there, some good biomedia, some maybe some chemical media. I'm not too sure about chemical media, but definitely some good biomedia along with mechanical media. But if I were you, if I have a 180 gallon, I would go at least for an external canister, if not a sump. But that's just me. Joydeep, how you're saying how to maintain crystal clear water? See, it's very interesting. There are multiple ways of maintaining crystal clear water. One is, of course, to maintain the quality of water. See, there are ways. There are two ways that I know of that crystal clear water can be maintained. One is by the use of some really good beneficial bacteria. It could be, photosynthetic bacteria also, or it could be any of the other ones. But I've seen photosynthetic bacteria tend to make water very clear. The other option is for you to go for the ocean free pure liquid. You get that on easypets.com. So if you go for the ocean free pure liquid, that also really makes the water crystal clear. But having said that, I want to mention one very important point here, that crystal clear water does not mean high quality water. Your water may be crystal clear, but the parameters may still not be the same. I'm sure you're experienced enough to know it, but just mentioning it. But having Okay. Anything else you guys think you want to ask? How to lower temperature in your tank? Hard, man. See, there are only a couple of ways to do it. One is put your tank in an air conditioned room. So the room temperature will be low, your tank temperature will be low. Simple. That's the first thing. The second option is you put a fan inside your sump, or no, just in your sump or in your tank. But then the challenge with putting a fan is that the evaporation will happen very fast, and then your TDS will go up in the tank, which means then you have to do more water changes. And that's really the third way in which you can do more water changes to bring down the temperature of your tank. And the last option is if you buy a chiller. A chiller is probably the safest option, where you set a temperature and let the water pass through the chiller, but then it is going to cost a lot of money because chillers are very expensive, but is the most uh, what would I say, proper way of reducing tank temperature. Okay. So I guess it's almost going to be like 40 minutes, and it's a long live session. I think we'll call it a day here today, and we'll try and connect back again on sometime mid next week, and then maybe next weekend or something like that. I will. You guys please join Aropedia if you haven't already joined. I will announce in Aropedia when I'm going to come in live again on YouTube, and also to let you guys know, tomorrow 7 p.m. Tomorrow 7 p.m. I am going to be live in Aropedia. So if you haven't joined Aropedia, go ahead and join. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will be live in Aropedia. That is Saturday, 12th September. I'm going to be live in Aropedia at 7 p.m. Okay, Rahul, last question I'm taking is saying, any link for buying photosynthetic bacteria? Yeah, so there is a person called Manoj Chavan. I think you're from Mumbai, if I'm not wrong, Rahul. If you are, then Manoj Chavan is the one who sells photosynthetic bacteria. He's part of Aropedia. You can just kind of connect with him in the group itself, and he will be able to help you get some photosynthetic bacteria. I've bought it from him. It's good stuff. Okay. Webab, hi. I think it's almost time to say bye now. Been all online for almost 40 minutes now, and maybe I'll come back again next week. But surely, Webab, join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Aropedia when I'm going to be coming live, and then we can have a longer conversation there. We'll try to use the room feature tomorrow so that you guys can also come live with me and have a straight conversation. So let's see if we can do that tomorrow. Okay, so I think we've had a good conversation today, lots of discussion. Hopefully, in the next one, we'll have more people who will come in, and then we'll have more conversations. Tomorrow, hope to see you all guys there in Aropedia at 7 p.m., and then we'll have a lot of more interaction and a lot more chat. Right, so thank you guys for joining the live stream. Till I come back in the next one, peace.